Okay, is this appropriate volume? Should be, but I'm not sure. Alright, I might as well have my preview here. Come on. Yeah. Okay, it actually is working. Alright. Well. We're back to severe weather terminology. Okay, volume's good. Headphones good. Voice is good. Alright, let's go back to where I left off. So it was before fire. So yeah, fire, weather, blizzard watch, lake effect, snow watch. They don't do that now. A winter storm watch is now issued instead, as along with lake effect. So we haven't got to fire weather yet. Yeah, there's also flooding. There's also coastal lake. But yeah, fire warning. Still don't get that yet, but I already went along with it. So yeah, yeah, lake wind, lake shore, all this still gone. Marine, nope. So let's just go to last piece of flooding. So okay, urban and small stream flooding advisory. Okay, state that. I already state that. Flood statement. A hydrological weather statement issued to provide updated information on ongoing flooding along major streams in which there is not a serious threat to life and or property. Active or flood warnings to the public and emergency managers. I might as well finish it. Information will be provided on observed or if a dam is at risk of breaking, updates on the ongoing threat, flooding with the warning area and current forecast flood stages from lakes and rivers at the time of the statement's insurance. Insurance? Insurance. Is it really insurance or insurance? Let's go with insurance. Yeah, I read that, but now we're just on to coastal lake shores and hazards. Coastal flooding warning. SW CFW. Coastal flooding. Oh yeah. Let's see it here. Let me read this quickly. Coastal flooding normally occurs when dry and low-lying land is submerged by the sea water. Yep. The range of the coastal flooding is a result of the elevation of floodwater that penetrates the inland, which is controlled by the topography of the coastal land exposed to flooding. Flood damage modeling was limited to local yada yada yada. But yeah, coastal flooding from the ocean water being forced inland from the nearby body caused by either northeasters, tropical cyclones, or thunderstorms is occurring. Immediate, or no, imminent, or highly likely within 12 to 24 hours and possess a serious threat to life and or property. WFOs may occasionally issue warnings valid after the second forecast period of the date of validity. Validity. If a strong likelihood of the event exists or when a longer advance notice is needed for public response. Northeasters. What is northeasters? Oh, okay, that's the northeasters. Northeaster is a synomic scale extratropical cyclone in the western North Atlantic Ocean. The name derives from the duration of the winds that blow from the northeast. The original use of the term in North America is associated with terms that impact the upper North Atlantic coast of the United States. Alright. Coastal Flood Watch. That's no CFA. Coastal flooding from the ocean water being forced inland from the nearby body is possible within 12 to 48 hours, creating significant impacts to life and or property. Coastal Flood Advisory CFW. Minor coastal flooding or tidal overflow is occurring and is imminent within 12 hours. Flooding will not pose a serious threat to lives or property, but will create a nuisance for pedestrians and vehicle travel in the affected area. So that's it. Storm surge warning SSW. Localized heavy flooding associated with a tropical cyclone from the storm surge waves move inland from the shoreline is occurring or is imminent in the specific area within the next 36 hours, posing a significant threat to life and or property. Some of the criteria included in a storm surge watch for conditions that would limit lead time for undertaking safety precautions and inclusion of areas that may experience isolation from surge inundation inundation. What is inundation? All right, I might as well also look at pronunciation. Inundation is both the act of intentionally flooding land that would otherwise remain dry for military, agricultural, or river management purposes, and the result of an act. Just showing this. The New Holland waterline is an example of the complex of controlled military inundations. Strange map. For a second, it reminded me of Vietnam. Alright, might as well go with pronunciation. What is this? Oh, British. In English and an American way to say things.
Inundation.
Inundation?
Inundation.
Inundation. Inundation? It's inundation. Okay, I was actually pronouncing it wrong. Inundation, or experience isolation from surge inundation also applies to this product. Issued in collaboration between the NHC and local WFOs, storm surge warnings are only issued for regions in the Atlantic and Gulf Coast for the contiguous United States. Storm Surge Watch SSA. Life-threatening inundation from rising water being forced inland from an ongoing or potential tropical, subtropical, or post-tropical cyclone is possible within the specific area, generally within 48 hours. A watch may be issued in advance of the cyclone's landfall if other hazardous tropical conditions, such as the onset of tropical storm force winds are expected to limit enactment of evacuations. Enactment of evacuations and other safety precautions. And may also be issued for adjacent locations that would potentially be isolated by surge inundation. Issued in collaboration between the National Hurricane Center, NHC. Oh, now they say what this says instead of the beginning when they're talking about NHC. Oh well. And local weather forecast offices. Storm surge watches are only issued for regions in the Atlantic and Gulf Coast of the conterminous. Doesn't sound right, but I don't know. Conterminous United States. Lake shore flood warning. As CFW. Lakeshore flooding that possesses a serious threat to life and or property is occurring or it is imminent in the next 12 to 24 hours. Zich warning. CFW. Rapid, large fluc- fluc- fluctuations? Fluctuations. I want to pronounce fluctuations, but the T in TUA and fluctuations is telling me something different. Fluctuations. A motion that, like that of waves, a waving movement in different directions. Yeah, fluctuation. Oh, I can't even pronounce it right. Fluctuation. 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 Instead of TU like two, it's shu. Fluctuation. 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 Fluctuation.
Fluctuation.
Yeah, fluctuation. Fluctuation. Okay, yeah, I might as well go with it. Fluctuation. Yeah, fluctuation. It's a fluctuation or fluctuation. Fluctuation. Oh well. Rapid, large fluctuations in water level in the Great Lakes, similar to the sloshing in a bathtub. Yeah, because of the waves and fluctuations. Caused by storms or high winds, resulting in both lakeshore flooding and critically low water levels at different times. It issued as a lakeshore flood warning with reference of being a Zich warning. Zich. Yeah, I think it's Zich. That sounds like Let me actually just look at the pronunciation. But yeah, Zich is a standing wave in an enclosed or particularly enclosed body of water. Yeah. Zich. Okay. Zich. Yeah. Zich. I wonder if they have the origin of the name. Because to me, it sounds like a Germanic name. A Germanic word. Yeah, well. Yeah, Highlands. Yo. Circa 1839, the meaning derived above. Zeich. Oh, French. Not very Germanic, though. Oh well. Lakeshore flood watching. CFW. Oh boy. Lakeshore flooding that could pose a serious threat to life and or property is possible within the next 12 to 48 hours. So yeah, the 12 to 48 hour mark, that's important when it comes to flooding, snow, winter. So yeah, water or cold. But fire, it's much quicker. Lakeshore flood advisory. CFW. Minor lakeshore flooding that may pose a threat to life and or property is occurring or is imminent in the next 12 hours. Lake wind warning. NPW. Sustained wind speeds of 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers / an hour, or greater are expected on area lakes that may cause impairment for maritime travel or damage small boats. Wind speeds meeting warning criteria may vary depending on the county warning area. The usage of this product is locally determined by each weather forecast office. Lake wind advisory. NPW, sustained wind speeds of 20 to 29 miles per hour, 32 to 47 kilometers/hour, are forecast to persist for 1 hour or longer on area lakes that may cause hazardous for maritime travel. Wind speeds meaning advisory criteria may vary depending on the county warning area. The usage of this product is locally determined by each weather forecast office. Oh boy. Alright, let's hydrate. Oh. It's starting to flicker now. Alrighties. High surface warning. SRD. Destructive pounding surface poses an especially heightened danger to life, boating, and other marine property in and near the surface zone, and may damage property near the shoreline. High surface criteria may vary depending on the region. High surface advisory. SRD. Pounding surface poses a danger to life, boating, and other marine property within the surface zone. High surface criteria may vary depending on the region. High surface watch. SRD. A high surface event due to significant breaking wave action is possible in the next few days. Rip current statement. SRD. Describes a risk of rip currents representing the specific areas may be issued in beach hazardous statements. High, rip, and tear. Apparently. Rip and tear till the deed is done. They say that in Doom. Beach hazardous statement. SRD. Issued for rip or longshore currents or other hazardous, including chemical or biological hazards, may create life-threatening conditions in lake or ocean waters. Beachgoers may be advised to exercise caution when in or near the water. Marine hazards. Okay, let's see what I have left. Okay. Marine hazards, heavy freezing spray warning, MWS. So where's the M in heavy? Okay, so it looks like the MWS is just Marine Weather Service. I'm actually starting to learn that usually these are just referring to the general topics instead of the specific statement. Watches or advisories or warnings. So let's go with yeah, under the flooding, FLW would be just flooding weather. And A would be area, S would be service, and so on and so forth. CFW will be coastal flooding weather. Yeah, coastal flooding advisory. Yeah, SSA, storm surge. I got that from the search here, but the A should be advisory. So yeah, there's still things I don't understand. I don't know what's the N. Which one's coming from? It's related to the lake because I see a correlation between lake wind watch down here and lake wind warning here, but still, I don't. Well, the more, at least I'm actually starting to understand a bit. Let me just get back to this. Heavy freezing spray warning, NWS. Usually issued for shipping interest when conditions are favorable for the rapid freezing of sea spray on vessels at a rate of more than 2 centimeters, 0.79 inches per hour, caused by some appropriate combination of cold water, wind, air temperature, and vessel movement. Okay, so it's already been some time. My throat feels pretty good, so let me actually put on an accent. Heavy freezing spray watch. MWS. Usually issued for shipping interests when conditions are favorable for the heavy freezing spray event, meeting heavy freezing spray warning criteria, but its occurrence, location, and or timing is still uncertain. Freezing spray advisory, NWS, usually issued for shipping interests when conditions are probability of accumulating frozen sea spray on vessels of less than 2 centimeters per hour caused by some combination of cold water, wind, air, temperature, and vessel movement. Alrighty, let me go more deeper. Hazardous seas warning, MWS. Significant wave heights and or wave steepness values, independent of strong winds, are forecast to cause rough surface in the warm coastal area and adjacent waters, which could pose a serious threat to vessels that do not move to stable waters or dock. Warning criteria may vary depending on the MWS Weather Forecast Office. Hazardous Seas Watch, MWS. A rough surface event, regardless of forecast wind speeds that may contribute to such an occurrence, is possible in the warm coastal area and adjacent waters, but its occurrence, location, and or time remains uncertain. Warning criteria may vary depending on the NWS Weather Forecast Office. Now, the last sentence is very similar to the last paragraph. Oh, well. Yeah, I feel a bit funky. I'm gonna read this back to my normal voice for now. Hope that doesn't come as issues from the next time I talk. Low water advisory, MWS. Critically below average water levels over the Great Lakes, coastal marine zones, or other tidal marine area, waterway, or river inlet within or adjacent to a marine zone has been observed and potentially present a hazard to maritime navigation. Marine Weather Statement, MWS. The equivalent of a special weather statement at sea indicating potential hazardous marine conditions. Onward to Special Marine Warning, SMW. Oh, excuse me. It's the kimchi I ate. A warning to mariners of short duration hazardous weather conditions lasting up to 2 hours, including thunderstorms or squalls with wind gusts of 34 knots, 39 miles per hour, 63 kilometers by an hour or more, hail 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters diameter or larger, or waterspouts affecting coastal areas not equivalently covered by existing marine warnings, short duration mesoscale events such as a strong cold front, gravity wave, or squall line expected to last 2 hours or less and produce criteria wind speeds, or volcanic ashfall may also warrant insurance. Particular dangerous situations, special marine warning, SMW. So yeah, SM would be, the S would be special, M would be marine, and W would be warning. So usually in the end it would be warning, not weather, but in the middle it usually would be weather, not warning in this in these acronyms. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, anywho, Small Craft Advisory, SCA. A warning to mariners of high sustained winds or frequent gusts and or significant sea or wave heights that may damage or capsize small boats, only issued by WFOs in coastal regions and the Greater Lakes for areas including the coastal water forecast or nearshore marine forecast products. thresholds necessity the necessitating hmm. Thresholds necessitating the insurance of small craft advisories are determined by the accordant NWS regional headquarters. So the National Weather Service regional headquarters. Oh shoot, something's up. Okay, now my mouse work. I was scared that my stream was freezing. Well, in the preview it's not good, but oh well. Small craft advisories for hazardous seas. SCAH. H would be hazardous, I believe. 8 would be advisory. And then special. Would it be small craft in this case? Or, yeah, it's not special marines because there's no M, but. An advisory in mariners of wave or sea conditions are potentially hazardous to small boats because of wave height, wave period, steepness, and swell direction, even if wind speeds are expected to fall below locally defined small crafts advisory criteria, only issued by WFOs in coastal regions and the Great Lakes for areas included in the coastal waters forecast or nearshore marine forecast products. Thresholds necessity. The insurance of this type of small craft advisory vary among geographic areas within each NWS regional headquarters. Small craft advisory for rough bar. SARRB. Okay, so SCARB. Yeah. Waves in or near harbor or river entrances are expected to be especially hazardous to mariners due to the interaction of swell, tidal, and or currents in relatively shallow water. Thresholds governing the insurance of this type of small craft advisory may vary among locally geographic areas and are based upon locally determined parameters such as wave steepness, wind speed, direction, and locally bathymetry. So, bathymetry is the study of underwater depth of ocean floors or lake floors. In other words, bathymetry is the underwater equivalent to hypsometry or topography. The name comes from Greek bathos, deep, and metron, measure. Bathymetric charts are typically produced to support very colorful map though. But yeah, do I think I could finish all this? Okay, I actually have 2 minutes. Yeah, I feel confident that I could read through this. Now I'm just gonna find where I left off. Shoot. Okay, yeah, I went already. Scarb. Okay. Small craft advisory for winds. SCAW. Squall. Wind speeds may possess potentially hazardous for maritime activity. Wave heights must remain below standard small craft advisory criteria to warrant the insurance of wind-based advisory. Thresholds necessitating the insurance of wind-based small craft advisories are determined by the accordant NWS regional headquarters. And brisk wind advisory. NPW. Sea or lake ice expected and may be hazardous to small marine craft. May be issued as a small craft advisory with reference of being a brisk wind advisory. This advisory is not issued by WFO serving the Great Lakes region due to the prevalence of ice flows during winter in the lake bodies. Oh. Started itching. I hope it's not a fly or anything. Oh well. Now we went into temperature. Let me see how much time I have. I don't have much. Might as well take the time for y'all to look at me drink some water. And probably don't look at me if you guys have sensitivity when it comes to flashing or lights, rapid fast movement. Other than that, take care.